welcome back to Wisdom Not Included, Flight of the Golden Dragon. We are still gathering our wonderful, wonderful players today. It's been a minute, summer holidays and all that. How is everyone today while we wait for Wilke-sama?
Doing good.
Doing good?
It's hot out here though, so I'm glad for the break midday.
Yeah, we have hit unprecedented heat in this country.
It calmed down from Monday. It's still kind of humid.
Oh yeah,
but
Monday was insane.
Monday,
Monday.
I had heat stroke on Sunday, so I just stayed inside on Monday.
Yeah, I think Monday hit like 36.
It was 36 down in Cambridge. It was only about 31 in Lincolnshire.
I don't know what that is in Freedom Unit, but...
Freedom Units.
We 35 during the day on Monday, and our issue was the night from Sunday to Monday. We didn't go below 30 degrees during the night.
Oh.
So I actually woke up from heat stroke.
You woke up in heat stroke? Jesus.
Yeah, in the middle of the night. My heart was racing, the whole thing, the whole shebang. I had to lie down on the floor in the cellar for a bit.
Wow. No, I just chundered all over Lincoln High Street. When I say all over, the paramedics are giving me a sick bag, so at least it wasn't like a mess.
We have a walk-in freezer at work.
Yeah, you've just been in it for days.
And like every time, everyone's like, "Where's Remy?" And the answer was in the freezer.
Right.
He's in the freezer hiding.
Yeah. If you need anything, I was in the freezer. It was like my little office. I was sitting in there doing paperwork and everything, just in the freezer.
I pretty much bought out the kiosk around the corner from work that has a lot of different water ice versions. And I just filled our freezer with those.
Nice. Our pub also has a slushy machine.
Oh, nice.
I would be lying under that one with an open mouth.
Like we were doing basically, we were doing slushies with vodka, slushies with cider. It was, yeah. It was a very ice-filled day.
What cider works as a slushie?
Dark fruit. So we have, yeah.
Ooh,
so you get a berry cider and then you use raspberry blue slushy. So then it's purple on the bottom and then blue slushy on top.
My local pub of same company doesn't do that. What the fuck?
I don't think we have a pub out here that does that at all. And I'm kind of upset because I'd go if they had that.
Yeah.
New goal for my travel for my next visit in England. Visit Remy at work.
Yeah,
right. We're all getting slushies.
I think I hit a new record. I must have sold about £200 worth of slushies.
So next time he's in the UK, we'll come down and we'll get slushies. Yeah, because we were well too hot back in July. Like, cause there was another heat wave while he was down.
Yeah.
And it was awful.
Like, do you understand what we mean now? Like, when we say that even though temperatures may be higher, for some reason the heat in England is just different.
Yeah, it hits different. You drink your air, that's for sure. Yeah, it was not as hot as it was back in Idaho, yet still it was hotter somehow.
Yeah, it's because the humidity means that, like, we find it very difficult to cool down, like, because you're sweating into wetness. So it's like...
Right.
And the thing is, as well, our houses are all designed to keep heat in. Yeah. Nobody was ever expecting it to be hot here. So...
Yeah, tell me global warming. Same here. Tell me global warming isn't real when in England we have tropical nights now.
Yeah. I need to reassess all my life choices because the one thing I've learned over this summer is I'm not making it in hell.
No.
Like, I'm not.
I read something really crazy. Like, I can't remember if it was just for the United States or the world, but we're hitting like the something like the 15th or 16th consecutive hottest month on record.
Wow.
This
Because
is what I
we're
mean. Like, when
killing
people
it.
sit there and
And I
they're
mean,
like, global warming's a hoax, you're like, go outside. Like, just for a minute. Like, you can't deny melting.
Well, look,
They aren't actually pretending like global warming isn't happening anymore. They can see that when they're just pretending it isn't man-made.
Oh, bet.
Oh,
Yeah.
The hole in the ozone layer is apparently just a thing that happens every few hundred years. That's what they're telling us now.
actually, the whole
The world always gets hotter and then cools down. It's just how the world works.
actually the
They
whole
aren't wrong, but not this quickly.
Yeah.
the hole in the ozone layer has actually been fixed. Ironically, us cutting down on carbon emissions and certain types of chemicals that we were shooting into the air, the tear in the ozone layer is actually fixed. Climate change isn't really directly related to that. That was greenhouse gases that we were having a big issue with. And now we don't really have as much of an issue with it now. But it's actually proof that our economic policies can change the environment that we have in it, because we stopped using, what was that horrible CO2 that we were using for everything for a very short while that was incredibly bad for the environment. That's basically what they felt was disrupting the gases enough to tear a hole. But I read not too long ago, actually, surprisingly, that our ozone layer has repaired itself. That doesn't help us with all the rest of the problems. Climate change itself still continues.
It's the actual tear is repaired, but the ozone layer is now thinner than what we started with.
Yep.
So sun gets through more easily. It's also what's bleaching the coral reefs everywhere.
That makes total sense.
So we had the same amount of layer, but it's thinned out to be able to fill the gap.
Pretty much, yeah.
And that's what happens when you fuck with your ozone.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, by the way, if you guys, I don't know if you guys can read it, but I got a very nerdy cup. Come on, you can
One more
do
chapter?
it, camera. Exactly.
Do we
It's
know
actually real gold.
if Blippet
Mine's
is
just
on his
left.
Very
way?
proud of it.
Yep, just got a hold of him. He
Okay.
was he didn't wake up from his nap. He was up all night, so he decided to take a nap right before the campaign. He's on his way.
Was he watching?
need to
Was he
watch
watching
it.
Bridgerton and fell asleep? Is that what you're telling me?
No,
Are you just gonna turn that into a running joke?
Yes, it is canon.
It's canon.
We are going to find a way to work it into your character.
Lana enjoys
Lana-
smutty theatre.
I was gonna say
Okay.
Lana reading smutty books is already canon.
I just like a show of hot hands. Who doesn't like smut here?
I mean, you don't have to say mean things to me if they're true, okay? Blippet, welcome. I hope you're feeling rested. I hope you enjoyed Bridgerton.
I was more talking about the falling asleep during it, you know, with it at a specific time.
Okay. So, while Blippet gets settled in, because I'm assuming that's what he's doing.
Or he just doesn't know that he's muted.
Nah, he probably knows. He's just getting sorted. We'll give him a second. So, we last played on the 24th of July, folks. So, do you remember what happened last time?
We decided not to kill a bunch of people.
You decided not to kill a bunch of people. That you did. That you
We
did.
did. We incited like not really a riot. It was more of a public flogging, a public punishment, should we say, for a tattoo artist who was slightly misled, leading a devious life.
I think slightly misled is a understatement with the fact that some of us nearly lost limbs.
I'd like to point out we were fully responsible for everything that happened, then blamed him.
I mean,
We weren't. I gotta say, we weren't responsible for him not cleaning his equipment.
No,
Yeah.
no, that is fair.
Lana and
That's
Clayton
fair.
did get sick. You know. They had to go get sorted out at the temple because it was like a big old greater restoration thing and nothing else would do, you know? Just because they caught tattoo scurvy. So
And sadly enough, we all went back to the same guy.
Yes,
Well, I
but
think
we enforced
originally-
health and safety standards.
originally you'd had this strange plan to kill but not kill the two competing tattoo artists so you could get a really good tattoo for free, essentially.
Yeah.
But that all kind of went out the window when these two got sick.
Yeah,
It went out the window when the more chaotic party members pointed out that the cleric was being a bit too chaotic.
I
If
successfully
we're not
rolled
down with the
intimidation,
plan, then
I
you
never
shouldn't be down with it.
So yeah, you got a load of free tattoos from the tattoo guy anyway, who you made sure he cleaned his needles and everything. I believe Blippet also increased permanently in wisdom.
That he
Because
did.
the night before all of the shenanigans with the tattoo artists, you went and had some hallucinogenic tea at the Temple of Avia. Yeah, I think Blippet walked best out of that one.
The rest of us didn't have any effect at all. So there is that.
I do not
Rolled
recognise it
real
unless you
low.
call
You
it
just
a
had some
temple.
basic ass trips, you know.
No.
Well, somebody
Christian-
purified the
Exactly.
tea.
That was
Christian
it.
Purified the tea.
That was it. Yeah, someone purified the tea, but Blippet had already drank it and then managed to roll, you know, max dice to get the best outcome. So,
We could have been so much more.
but the thing is, you know, Blippet now, before he saw all, now he sees beyond all.
The curious DM in me kind of wants the table you rolled from.
That will be featured in the module, which, quick news, everyone. I'm hoping to have the module finished and released in alpha, beta form, I don't know, by Christmas. So, there you go. Watch this space.
Nice.
It's in making. Some of the people here have seen it as it comes along, because basically, I already have all the notes. They're just not all nicely put together yet, which I am working on. And for example, you know, hallucinogenic tea tables that I scribbled in a rush in here, you know. Those need to get moved over as well. But yes, so, yeah, you'll be able to see that. I might even release it as a freebie on the Patreon, to be honest, because it is funny. It's something I wrote in a pinch. But, yeah, so we did all that, and
I
then we
kind of want
decided...
to know what the worst acid trip would have been.
Okay, so roll a 1. I'll let you know, just for fun. If you roll a 1, you get a bad trip. Next 8 hours, you spend fearing for your life and feeling threatened by everyone. And you get a level of exhaustion with that as well, because you wouldn't actually get a decent long rest after doing that. I need to expand on it a bit. Like I say, I wrote it in a rush during the session. So. But bad trip is a bad trip.
Bad trip is a bad trip.
Saying that, I've never done hallucinogenics, so you know. I've
I
heard
would
about
never
it.
condone them.
Back in the day, I wouldn't have been able to say it, but now that it's legal here, I accidentally ate some brownies once. Way too many all at once when I was pretty young, and I just passed out. I am the falls asleep when she eats drugs kind of girl.
Blippet is.
I had no ideas. I just saw brownies, and I love brownies.
Blippet is basically a professor in hallucinogens. The person, obviously, not the character.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
I feel like he's reaching Cheech and Chong levels of like peace and tranquility now. Just walking around like it's cool, everything will work out. Like,
There he is.
There's Professor Acid.
Professor Acid himself.
Professor Acid looks like he could use some coffee.
Coffee.
Coffee?
Yeah,
Coffee.
I'm looking for the chemical ingredient in it.
Caffeine?
My brain
Caffeine.
is-
Caffeine?
Caffeine, thank you.
Mhm.
I constantly wanted to say caffeine, which is the German word for it.
I mean, we would have got it. It's pretty similar.
all bow down towards Chemprog.
Chem frog.
Chemfrog. This is truth.
Okay, so you did all that.
Chemfrog would have had to be an alchemist, though.
Right. So you did all of those things that we talked about. You got some new tattoos, which should be all added to your character sheets now with the relevant spells in your spell section. With the spell wrought tattoos, you may use these spells once per long rest, despite the fact spell wrought tattoos say they disappear. These ones do not. Because I am a benevolent dictator. So, after all that,
So
because you
I
were...
can use the Thunderblade like once a long rest.
Say again?
So I can use the Booming Blade like once per long rest.
Yes.
Yeah? Cool.
Yep. So, because it's day 4, and roughly the time is currently... Because this all happened pretty much in the morning, getting all the tattoos. It's midday. Roughly on day 4 since you left Cetasphere. You've been busy. I feel like we've been in Pandemonium forever. However, you had all made the decision to start making your way towards Rayos to carry out the mission you've been set on by the Council. So, my first question is, which way you going? And I will put you on the world map.
Right.
So yeah, you guys are currently... Obviously... no, that's not what I wanted to do. You're
Have
chilling
we
up
been
here.
to Paradisus yet?
You have not been to Paradisus yet in this adventure.
We're heading to Fontemvilla, yes?
Yeah, we've done Fontemvilla. But I was
Trying to
thinking,
go-
do we want
Oh,
Small
to take a
reminder
straight
that
shot
we
down?
need to pretty much take the quickest route home, or we won't make it. The road to our targets, or we won't make it in time.
Correct.
Right.
We're gonna
So straight ahead it is.
Yeah.
so
We can sightsee later.
Yeah, that's
So which way are you going?
we are going the straightest route
You're,
possible.
is there a trail?
South to Fontemvilla.
My question would be, obviously Pandemonium is in pretty much a straight line from Fontemvilla. There's got to be at least a walker's traveler's trail that goes south that we could see. Or are we going to be marching straight through forest, do you think? Like, my question is, you know how it works when you go to forests or areas where a lot of people just naturally want to cross.
Yeah.
So, you know from, especially those of you who have spent time in Pandemonium in the past, the main path out of Pandemonium, the main path, is that one that leads directly to Leoden that you came in on. There are other trails and paths kind of all over this forest, primarily for hunters and such. None that you would necessarily call direct trails going south.
All right.
Also, do trails line us up for, like, all I'm saying is if I was planning on robbing people leaving Pandemonium, I'd be waiting on a trail. If we just...
Oh, good. So there might be some people for you to rob along the way.
Fair. Trail.
We are the kind of bad people that hang out on the trail, so it's not like we have to worry about that.
Actually, yeah, I forget that we are the worst thing to happen to Pandemonium in quite a while.
We are the bad, pretty much. Shift to murder hobo.
Bandits hiding behind trees going, shit, they're coming.
What day are we on? Oh, gracious, benevolent dictator DM.
You are on day 4, and it is roughly noon.
Yeah, I say we start cutting a path through the
Oh,
forest.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah. I'm on board with that.
If we can, Siwa, you being the stealthy type, have you just scout out just a little bit ahead of us as we go?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Can I have... Lana, can you roll me a d20, please?
Of course. And Hero is about to start taking notes.
Duty calls.
Okay, thank you. Very good. So, it's noon. You begin setting off through the forest. With Siwa, you are scouting ahead of everyone, yes?
Yeah.
And everyone else is happy to leave. Let me just clarify that.
Yes.
Do I need to do a stealth roll or?
Are you trying to be stealthy? Or are you just scouting?
I would assume I would try to be stealthy while ahead.
It's up to you. You tell me.
I just really want to roll a stealth. To be
Roll
honest.
a stealth check then. If you want to be sneaky, roll a stealth check. It wasn't a trick question. Yeah, you're very stealthy. Yeah.
He's playing drums while he's scouting. Dun, 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 dun.
It's to intimidate the enemy. That's what it is.
I hope nothing's out there.
Okay.
Just walking around with a cannibal blade in one hand and another one with lightning wrapping around it.
Uh-huh.
Stop. Oh! Fuck you, get out.
Oh, foot. Save that for money.
Sorry, I was killing a fly. There was a fly flying around.
There's a fly flying around. Why have I just lost Clayton? Where is Blippet? Where is everyone?
We've been in the forest for 2 minutes and everyone's lost.
We don't count.
Right here, I would also have dogs I have to let out and
Oh,
stuff
that
that are
means-
being crazy.
Fair enough. It's fine. I noticed everyone was disappearing slowly. I'm like, what the fuck?
My bad. Sorry.
The
Okay.
Fae are kidnapping your players while you're watching.
There's a moth
Indeed.
on my screen. Okay, right. Okay, so you guys move through the forest, assuming that you're following Siwa, because you're not quite certain which way he went. However, luckily you do have the mighty Blippet by your side, who... Wait, what's your passive perception, Blippet? I will look. It is fine. Yeah, so Blippet's
me.
passive perception is 22. So I'd say Blippet actively looks for you and sees you. Okay.
Kind of close, because I think my passive stealth's 20.
I mean, you rolled a 25, so you rolled higher than Blippet's perception, but we'll assume that seeing as you're traveling together that he would in fact be trying to follow you. Yeah.
I see you.
Acid echo location.
The rest of you confused how Blippet knows where he's going. So you move through the trees. This eastern forest, some of you may be familiar with it. It's very dense, very dark. Trees creak in the wind, and it gets even darker as the sun begins to set behind the horizon. And after some time, you exit the forest to the river crossing.
Wunderbar.
Across the river, you can see the familiar university town of Fontemvilla. As the sun has now mostly dipped below the horizon and it is now evening, you can see lights in the town, as well as in the distance hear the frivolity of the mage students in the various taverns in this town.
Oh yeah, let's go kick some nerd ass. I mean, Fontemvilla. Dead ahead.
Clayton just chatting it up. Dork!
I'm gonna start. Actually, I'm just gonna look expectantly at our hovering flying friend. Be like, I assume you have like some way to get us across this thing, right? The river.
Oh, that's an interesting assumption. Let me think about that for a moment. And she's gonna open her spell book and actually check her own spells because I've forgotten what I gave her.
Rupit's looking at the water like he might just hop in.
I'll point out the river at this point is about 25 foot wide.
She did in fact not give herself anything interesting that would get them across. So...
I'm gonna start taking off armor.
Clayton's going for a swim.
This is tyranny.
I could make you really, really big so only your feet and legs get wet, but that's about it.
Well, that's not bad. Then it's just a puddle.
Yeah, it's alright.
But I can only cast, enlarge, and reduce once, as it's one of my special fairy abilities.
So, Siwa, I will say, being a rogue, do you have
I was going to
proficiency
say,
in...
is there any way that I can like run on water?
Do you have proficiency in acrobatics?
Acrobatics?
And if you aren't a
Oh, that's
rogue,
like
do you have... And if anybody isn't a rogue, proficiency in athletics, perhaps?
Well, definitely athletics.
My acrobatics is 20.
I'm just saying, you could attempt to jump.
Yeah, let me do that.
Yes.
Lana flies to the other side and pulls popcorn from somewhere.
Oh no, what was that?
Oh.
Oh, it's fine, because he gets like a +1,000,000.
Oh,
Wait.
Plus 10.
Oh no, +10. 14. On a 25-foot gap. You make a run. You splay out to jump across the river. You get most of the way there. And scramble as you try and get the bank on the other side, get a handful of mud as you fall down into the river. However, I'd say that, you know, you can at least tread water, so you're just wet at this point.
If it makes anyone feel any better, it's not that cold.
I'm just gonna look down at Siwa and Misty Step across. Turn around and amateur.
Just imagine him swimming around me in circles.
Clayton,
Siwa, as you
would
climb
you
up
like
the
to
bank...
end up big?
Siwa, as you climb up the other side of the bank to get yourself out of the water, obviously you are now across, but you are absolutely covered in river mud. And obviously soaking wet to boot as well. Not that Siwa wears much clothing, but still, you're pretty grubby at this point. No longer a dusty bitch, but a grubby one.
Bold of you to assume I wasn't disgusting anyway.
Clayton, how are you getting across the river?
Lana has
Lovely.
offered to cast Enlarge and Reduce on his ass. He can choose if he wants to be really, really tiny and carried across, or if he wants to be really, really big and just do it in a step or something.
I'll do it really, really big. And I'm just going to take my pants and shoes and boots and shit off. So I'll just be naked from the waist down so I don't get my clothes wet. Lift up my pants.
Can you
I
roll?
was gonna say, I
Can you
feel
roll
like his ego would never let him be carried across.
Can you roll a d20 for me, please?
Sure thing.
Thanks.
Jesus.
Yeah, Christian knows what I'm doing. Oh, fair, okay. So yeah, Clayton, you pull off your trousers and stuff. Lana, you cast Enlarge Reduce on Clayton, and on Clayton and his enormous manhood at 16 inches.
You finally figured out why Clayton's so cocky despite getting his ass kicked routinely.
As a half-naked Clayton walks
On words, sir.
that's twice the size. So what was 16 inches is now 32 inches.
Well, if
Walks
I'd known that, I
across
would
the
have just got
river.
it across and walked across that. If we knew this was the situation, we could have just used him as a bridge.
I've only ever met one person in my life that could take it. That's why I'm so in love. She's selling it. Yo,
Just to make sure, your account is set to mature, correct?
Yes, it is. This is a mature page for
The question
grown-ups.
is, how
Yes.
big is the crab?
Yes, we would not be making this joke if the assistant GM was here. No.
How big are the crabs now?
How big are the... Oh, God. Oh. I mean, to be fair, they're the same size. Because, you know, Enlarge Reduce one creature. Which in this case is
now
Clayton.
you can just barely tell they're there now.
Lana, I'll leave it up to you when you want to reduce Clayton, as this is a sight that you all witness.
I will stand on the other side of the bank and just expectantly look at her.
Lana's still on the other side, is still eating popcorn.
Now, hold on. I have a serious question here.
Giving Clayton a
Because
staring
Enlarge
match.
Reduce works on the clothes that they are wearing.
I mean, I am
Yes,
wondering
the
why he took it.
trousers are not enlarged.
I am
So
wondering
if he
too.
took them off, he can't put them back on, can he?
No, not until he's
No.
small again, no.
Okay.
Which is why Lana is doing a staring match.
You looking at his eyes, or?
I'm just gonna smile and jiggle a little.
If you don't use that thing as a weapon in the future, then we're really missing a trick here.
Don't make me start sword fighting with Blippet. Come on. I'm basically the Tommy Lee here. It's all right. This,
There's worse people to be.
honestly,
Is
the
there?
personalities aren't that far off. It's not a good thing.
No, actually, Tommy Lee had a boat.
I love how I just now have in my notes 16-inch Clayton's pee.
I mean, you could have made it realistic and made it 8. You just cut it in half.
If you want, I can half it. It's your character. We can half it if you want.
Oh, hell no, I'm not. You play no. 16 inches. It is now the dick of death. I had to add extra plates to my plate mail to make sure I'm covered.
My notes say King Kong Dong. So,
You don't need to include that in your notes.
I thought it was noteworthy.
It might
That's
come up in a
16.
quiz in the future, you know?
Yeah.
How big is
I don't
Clayton
know when that.
Eckhart's
I don't
dong?
know when that might save us. All right, so bear with me.
I
It's
love
different if you have truth
how the
light.
manhood is currently about half the size of Lana. I just did the calculation.
The good news is if you ever fall out of the boat or something, I can throw it overboard and you can grab it. Drag you back in. Boat. It'll be fine.
Wait, how tall is Lana?
About a meter.
Soul Snatcher.
Get across the river. Let's stop talking about my tick for a minute.
Is he reduced yet?
We will when you put it away.
He's reduced. You okay?
Now I'm gonna put my dry clothes on. Thank you. Which was the whole point of that. I don't like wet boots.
So blip it as well because you swam through the river. It means, well, do you have to spend an hour in water for it to count? Okay, fair enough.
We walk. No, we aren't, are we?
You
You
just
just
walk
open
down the
the
side of the river
water
and let him swim the whole way.
Everyone spoke at once. What happened?
Mm.
Okay, Remy, what did you say?
We could just walk down the side of the river and let him swim the whole way.
Let him swim the whole way. Yeah, you could. You could swim into Fontemvilla. This is very true with them, with the rest of the group walking along. Yeah. And Clayton, what were you saying?
I was saying he just needs to open up the tops of all of his water skins as he jumps in. He'll be fine. He'll have some later tonight. Autofill.
Autofill on his water skins. Excellent. Okay, so, for brevity's sake, we spend the last hour swimming into Fontemvilla. The water gets kind of scummier as you get closer to the town. Obviously, full of town scum, essentially. But it's still water nonetheless, and you get obviously the benefit of that for your requirements, Blippet. And you all arrive in the bustling town of Fontemvilla, where pray tell will you be heading today? Or this evening, rather. The time is roughly about 9 p.m.
Gee, let me think. Perhaps a tavern. Just for a change.
It has been a while.
The same one? Are we messing with the god again?
Oh, fuck. I forgot we've been here already.
Yeah. Where are we allowed to go?
Let's not go to that tavern.
I mean,
Let's
you guys
go to
didn't really upset anybody the last time you were here.
We were safe at that tavern. Like, we did almost everything right.
I
That's
know,
true.
but now
Like
we've
a
done
fuck out of
character
Lana.
development. Now we've done character development and we've all powered up a little bit. I feel like it's gonna go badly.
You want to go back and flex in front of Pietro?
Yeah,
If he's
right?
he only plays there every once in a while. Yeah, let's go back to the place why not? Go in there with
On
a
a
little bit
thunderclap,
more
thank God.
The avocado.
What's up with the wizard's place? Is it empty? Is it guarded? Is it a crime scene?
What, Traveran's house?
Yeah.
You want to go check out Traveran's house?
We'll take a
I
swing.
do
just want to scope it out as we go through town.
Okay.
You just
Figure
wanna
out if
do-
it's empty, make it our own.
I said make it our
Dubious shit. Squatting!
Okay, so
I'm willing to go. I'm willing to go with Blip It and possibly rob the place.
I will say that you can probably swing by Traberins on the way to the Hollow Avocado Inn, where you last were hosted by Pietro / Loxius, the god,
Wow.
who is your friend.
Your friend.
No, your friend.
And we
Oh,
use
right.
that term loosely. Plain.
Listen, he's in the allies list, okay? It's all good. It's all good.
Hey, we don't have a control over who you put in there, okay?
He might think of us as friends.
Yeah.
I don't think the feeling is mutual.
All I remember is us fighting some giant creature and him standing there pretending like he wasn't a god.
You know what it reminds me of? It's kind of like when you're friends with a billionaire. Like, you're not really friends. Let's be real.
Right, yeah. He doesn't care about us.
No.
Lana doesn't care about the god part. She's just convinced he's a really cocky asshole.
The free room and board is nice, though, yes.
Alright,
that.
fair.
So, as you get closer to where you last knew Traberins' residence to be, before when you were there, it seemed like, you know, the windows were dirty, so you couldn't quite see in the first time you went. It was kind of a shithole, if you will, the last time you were there. As you pass it now, you almost don't recognize the front of the building, as it appears cleaner, and the front door has been replaced.
Would you like me to check it out? Leave it alone.
I mean, if you
Leave
feel
the
so...
My guess is someone bought the place and is just moving in. That time sucks already. Let's not make it worse.
To be fair, I doubt the dude actually owned the place in the first place. I'm sure he's renting, so this is probably a pissed off landlord.
Bad.
I just wanted to see if it was gonna be burned out.
Fuck him. Let's go get drunk.
Okay. You guys continue making your way towards the Hollow Avocado. It's filled with drunken students playing games, having frivolity, dancing. However, as you enter the familiar setting, a familiar sight is there. Pietro. He looks up and over at you as he's playing from the band stage and smiles, happy to see you while he plays.
Avoid eye contact.
Give him the finger. Is that a thing? I don't know. Is that a thing here?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Clayton's no eye contact, and I'm all eye contact.
Lana
This is
pretends
the
to be
most
in
bipolar group of
conversation with a
people I've
book.
ever met.
And Christian will bow out of respect.
Because God.
Half of them wouldn't look at me. The other one wouldn't stop staring at me. It was weird.
Okay. So,
Yeah,
what do you all
straight to the
do?
bar.
Straight to the bar?
Straight to the bar.
Drinks. Yeah.
Okay.
Shot.
The barmaid in here luckily recognizes you from your last visit, which was a little over a week ago. You know, and says, Pietro's friends, yes, and then gets you whatever drinkage you want.
I'll have 7 of these.
It gives you rooms. And it gives you, instantly just gives you rooms, keys for rooms for the night.
This fucking guy.
Like, I don't like him, but the benefits are very good.
Shut the fuck up, you traitor.
No, we just got to skip check-in. Do you know how cool that is?
You are a mortal plaything. You're a chew toy for cosmic entities. Be aware. Be very
How is
aware.
that not true anyway? But at least this way I've got a room.
I'm gonna ask the bartender if they have a better musician in the house.
We do occasionally. I don't know if we have anyone tonight, though. I think someone's playing after Pietro.
Or I wish I was a bard right now so we could have a little
Devil went down
rap battle with God.
Rap.
Oh my god!
What the fuck? Hey man, many people have showed you that you don't need skill to rap. You could have a rap battle with God if you really wanted to.
But I'd like to start winning. It's going to be embarrassing otherwise.
So.
All right. She brings drinks and shit. We got room keys and everything else. We're all set. All right, folks. How do you want to handle this? We're going to be obviously meeting these delegates, and then we got to get them post haste to the capital. And it's probably not a good idea if we just run down the middle of the road. And I am trying to keep my voice relatively low.
Okay, thank you.
Christian. Let's not get kidnapped this time.
It was so much fun the last time.
It was, to be fair. I think logically, we obviously can't take the main road, but also dragging them through wilderness and whatever else is going to be insanely hazardous. So we need to find like a middle ground of maybe off the main road, but not the beaten path, if that makes sense.
Would you like to have a look at the world map to help you with this discussion?
If possible, yeah.
Please.
I will remove the drawings from it.
I got it. A riverboat captain. We need to find a riverboat captain.
Weirdly,
So
that
you wanna
sounds like a
go
good
the
idea.
water route. Interesting.
We run right up the river, disguised as some sort of poor, shitty trade ship. I'm sure there's some sort of shipping that goes along this river.
You seen the occasional barge style deal?
There we go. That's what we want. We take the barge up to the lake. Or wherever the docks are. It could be that they do a docking at... Looks like there's a bridge at Leodum.
Mm.
So it could be that they do an unloading there or a docking before there. I don't know. Clayton's probably not very familiar with the waterway shit there. So I doubt it.
Probably someone who is familiar with the waterways and particularly smuggling is Siwa. Siwa, you can go ahead and make a history check for me.
Of course. Come on, baby boy. Damn it.
Okay, so you know you can take a boat up the river, and people do. As for you don't really recall any discrete points where guild members in particular are known to offload their stolen goods, etc. But you do know there's decent ports along the river to stop in Leodum and near the fisheries of the Seddersvere Lake.
Okay. Yeah, so with previous missions, I wouldn't know the ins and outs, but I do know that there's docking, so we would be able to get from point A to point B. It's just about how do we acquire passage on these ships or barges.
We'll either buy it or we'll make them take us.
I figured.
Let's try buying it first. I did
Yeah.
earn a bit of money from the barge today.
Can I ask a question?
Mhm.
Are we actually about to become pirates?
River pirates.
You know, pirates usually steal shit, and you steal shit, so I guess, yeah, you'd be a pirate. Technically, I think we're just smugglers.
This is like the best trip ever. I'm Queen of the Ring. I'm about to become a pirate. Like,
Or as the gnomes say, a coyote.
yeah.
This moth
Wait,
refuses to
everyone
die.
knows he's Mexican now.
Weren't they always?
Short, bearded, industrious. Yeah, fair.
I'm just saying.
Fair. Fair.
Okay. So you guys are thinking of looking for some kind of barge situation.
That seems to be our safest, less chaotic venture. And at least that way, once we've set out, there's very few things that can get in our way.
At least we'll see everything coming.
Yeah. If we're walking, anything can attack us at any point from anywhere. Whereas on a boat, at least it's limited.
Okay.
Unless we accidentally get on a pirate boat. But, yeah.
That's enough out loud speculation. Don't tempt the gods.
Blippet, you notice a young couple pointing at your group, whispering and giggling.
What you looking at? Is there a problem?
Well, we saw you from across the bar. No, I'm joking. That's not what they said.
When the young couple you look at you like this.
I just realised that sounded dirtier than I wanted it to. The young gentleman that is there panics as you address him. I'm really sorry. What? You did that arena fight in Sedisvere about 5 days back, right?
Me? No.
No, you did. You did. There was you did it against the chick with the cat ears and the dwarf, and there was a paladin there too.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
Yeah,
Brilliant. We buy you a drink, yeah?
Yeah, there was us. That was definitely us.
Yeah, I was up there visiting family, on break, in between studies. What's she doing down here now then?
I mean,
We're all college
walking
students.
stuff. We're breathing, walking. We tend to sleep. You know.
Clayton, roll a deception check. Blippet's telling the truth.
Yeah.
Oh.
I did not see that happening.
What kind of college students do arena fights for the council in Sedisvere?
For the council?
I mean, it was, a council-sponsored event. It said so on the tickets we bought. Look, and he'll produce these little pieces of parchment.
I'm going to check them to make sure they don't say that.
They do say that, yeah.
I'm going to look at them.
We don't always know who throws the events. We just show up and fight.
Oh.
Have you ever heard of the Academy of the Hidden Hand?
No.
Good. And then I'm going to turn around and go back to my drinking.
I see. They will, of course, obviously honor the buying you drinks thing, and they'll wave the barmaid over to get you whatever you want as well, increasing your drinking.
We'll start ordering expensive shit.
Top shelf. Okay, and
So-
eventually... Oh, go on, sorry.
You guys know any riverboat captains?
I mean, I only know the lot that just do the, like, boat taxis around town here.
Thanks.
They have an office down by the central dock.
We're about to head to the docks tomorrow, aren't we?
Don't know what you're talking about, Siwa. Thanks for the drinks, guys.
Uh-huh.
What are the central docks? There's a
Can I-
central dock here in front
Can I
of
give them both a hug as they leave?
Say again?
Can I give them both a hug as they leave?
Yeah, you can. Are you rolling sleight of hand check?
Yep.
Okay, so you as you give them both a hug, you manage to score both their coin purses. They're students,
Yeah.
so they don't have a lot, but one of them has 7 gold pieces and 5 silver pieces, and the other one has 4 gold pieces and 3 silver pieces on them.
Robbing the kids. Good. Fuck those kids.
Those kids.
That was more for entertainment purposes than it was anything else.
And as they walk away and you rob them, so Pietro will finally come over and grace you with his presence as another band of bards take the stage and play some different music. And he says, "My friends, back in Fontemvilla so soon." No one's talking to me today?
So, how?
Just passing through.
You're just passing through. Wink.
Just an ominous silence falls over everyone as he comes to the table.
Do you know
Lana
how...
just does a little ick at the wink.
You know anybody who owns a barge, my friend?
Barge, you're probably best off looking for barges down at Rayos.
I'm aware where the barges park because they're very large and they only go on water.
But I don't know there's anybody in Fontemvilla. Like I say, you know, it's mainly just water taxis here, not so much barges.
Do we know of one coming in and passing by, maybe?
I don't keep a schedule, unfortunately, young Siwa, no. Although I can see why you would find that useful. Wink.
Are you going to continue to do that, or are you going to let us...
Oh no, it's still
Listen.
very exciting. I wish I could had time to come along with you on this adventure.
Oh, what a shame we don't. Anyway,
Stories
if-
I could
if-
write. Oh, amazing. But your secret is safe with me, young friends.
If this place again, whispering voices.
Yes,
If this
whispering
place
voices.
operates, if this place operates mainly on water taxis, we need to think of maybe a boat that's coming in and stopping here momentarily and then continuing its journey. I don't think we're going to find one that originates here.
No, like I said, if you want something a bit more, with a bit more longevity to it, you know, with coverage, as it were.
Actually, I just thought. Could we not get a boat at Rayos and then come up?
Good.
Rayos is out in the open sea, which means there'll be a lot more boats.
There is definitely a
Then
boat
water
yard
taxis
at
here.
Rayos, absolutely. Lovely, lovely town.
I know it leaves the plan until very last minute, but I feel like that's how we operate best at this point.
Yeah, we kinda wing it.
You really ought to check out Talaria Temptations when you go down there. It's a wonderful store.
What the hell?
Talaria Temptation. You've never been?
Is that another titty temple?
No, it's not a titty temple. No. It's not a temple. It's a store. Yonona, who works in there, wonderful woman. She does excellent work.
Does she know you?
And everyone knows, the real me. Wink.
If he winks again, I'm taking his eyes. I swear to
Cast
God.
a message to everyone present. Why the heck is he winking at us? I'm about to take a cold shower just to wash off the ick.
Yeah.
So it's
Also, I would recommend. She says. Check. Sorry, I'm just checking my mental god notes.
Is that Elvish, or-
my mental god notes. Captain Elmbraider is stationed down in Rayos. He is a useful man to know.
For someone who didn't know a boat captain 5 minutes ago, you've been very helpful.
He's not a boat captain, he's captain of the guard. But he's a useful man to know.
So...
Have you thought about,
feel like-
and he looks over at the couple who he'd seen you speaking to. Thought about going a bit more incognito, perhaps? You're kind of recognizable,
Oh! Can I use my tattoo to turn into one of the couple?
Yes.
And then just stand there going, is this better?
It's much more discreet, yes. However, a fairy looking at Lana is extremely rare. And in this part of the world, as is a grung.
Excuse me for being fabulous.
I mean, you are fabulous, darling, absolutely. But, you kind of stand out, and I believe your journey is, kind of reliant on some discretion at some point, perhaps? I would hate to see anything bad happen to you and your friends.
I'm glad to hear you say that, Pietro, because as you have already remarked multiple times, you are absolutely thrilled at what our ultimate goal is, and watching the adventure unfold and everything else is going to be amazing, and you'd hate to see anything happen. So maybe you could give us something that would help disguise these motherfuckers.
I mean, I can point you at a wonderful salon down the street.
Oh, walking, please.
Isn't that the way of you cosmic types? Hands-off approach. Real admirable.
We could minimize Lana and just I don't know, keep her in like a jacket pocket or on our collars, and she could hide there. But the only issue is with Blippet, if there's any skin contact,
Here's what we'll do. We'll have her stand on top of Blippet's head, and then we'll just put one of those hooded robes over the two of them.
2 midgets in a cloak. I've heard about this. It's one of the first things they teach us in the Thieves Guild.
You treat us like we are your entertainment. And you wonder why we don't like you.
I mean, what is life, young Clayton, but a show?
Yeah, a show where all the mortals die.
Yes, and it's the way it has been for a long time.
Just out of character quickly. Did this god actually just quote Oscar Wilde at us? The whole world is a stage kind of situation.
The world is a stage.
The whole world is a stage and you deserve to clap. Anyway.
What is the clap? I've never caught a disease. Do explain.
Of course. You're immune to them.
There is nothing worse than seeing a greater being staring at us like specimens in a lab jar.
Listen, I've had about enough of your attitude, okay? You lot live here by the grace of me, right? Me and my friends. I tell you now, we're not even your gods. You stole us, okay? So shut up.
You can always go back. We do appreciate the help you give us.
We were
but
quite
you have
happy.
to understand
We were
from
quite-
our point of view.
This land was lovely before the humans and the elves and all your bullshit came along.
I'm standing up.
Oh.
You could have made any of this better at any point, but no, you decided to sit by the side and do absolutely nothing.
I'm all-knowing, not all-powerful.
You're
You
more
tell
powerful
me.
than most people out here. You could have used your power to do great change, but you didn't. You sit here in a dive bar playing songs to boost up your ego.
No. You are misunderstanding. Okay, let's just calm this down. Let's calm this down. Okay. I am the god of light and music and healing, and that is it. I have these jobs. Sun comes up, does it not?
I have a question.
Stop right
What can I
there.
say except you're welcome?
Congratulations on doing the exact bare minimum. You
I-
get up in the morning and turn
Listen,
the light on.
I step
Congratulations.
out of line. Zialu banishes me to the fucking deity realm and out of a celestial realm, and I don't want to go there because it's fucking boring. It's way more interesting down here, okay?
I just have one question for
Go on.
you. You're God, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you bleed?
I mean, yeah.
Good. I'm
Stop
gonna
it,
take this.
Clayton. Stop it.
Oh!
I'm going to punch Pietro. His
Lana
fucking
would
fucking
actually intervene for once. She's not
Oh.
just watching this one.
Okay. So...
She's taking the punch and she's going flying.
Oh no. Okay. Now
Okay,
see what
so-
I'm gonna step in. I'm gonna push Clayton
She
back
just
as
likes
hard as I
Pietro,
can.
but she does not dislike him.
Alright,
that
let me
much.
resolve this one step at a time. Clayton, roll for
Yeah.
your attack. Unarmed strike. Meanwhile, Lana, roll me a
Chaotic, I love it.
dexterity check. With your intention to step in front of Pietro, aka Loxius.
Alright, well fuck it, I'll just add my shit in manually. I can't find a
Yeah, it should
Unarmed
just
strike.
be 20 plus your strength mod.
To point out that I just rolled a nat 1.
I'm the worst fighter on the planet. That would be a 10.
I thought this was gonna be more dramatic at this point.
It's just me punching myself in the face again.
So, Clayton, you step forward to attempt to punch Pietro. However, having had a few to drink by this point, especially the top shelf whiskey you got from the couple you were speaking to before, you stumble, knocking a few chairs over. At the same time, Lana, you see the punch coming and think you're going to make this grand move to step in front of Pietro. However, you also trip over a chair leg. Falling almost on your ass, but you flutter your wings quick enough to steady yourself and stay stood. See, what were you going to do?
I was gonna step in and maybe like either catch Lana or push Clayton back to hitting Lana, but apparently none of that's even an issue anymore. So
Because these two didn't roll that well, so...
no. Can I use let's have a look. What would I have to roll to be able to catch Clayton before he hits the floor?
You ain't gonna be. I'm just
I
gonna
mean-
tuck into it.
He is very heavy. What is your
Fair.
strength? What is your strength?
Oh, my strength's awful. Let that fucker
Yeah,
fall.
yeah, let that fucker fall down. He's
fight
fine.
from the
He
trees,
doesn't
there's a
hurt
reason for that.
himself. He doesn't fall hard enough to hurt himself. He's okay.
It was more about us looking embarrassing as a group.
Yeah, he's lost some dignity. That's about it.
Yeah.
Honestly, with a net 1, I was ready to lose teeth.
You didn't lose teeth. I will say your wings give you a little bit of added advantage when it comes to stuff like that, you know? In this little scene. Pietro looks at the both of you. Lana, that was very kind of you to try. Clayton, there's no need for that, okay? I'm going to buy you a whiskey. You're going to sit down, okay? And I will see you if you need anything and leave you to your evening.
Send over
But remember,
the bottle.
we're
I'll
still.
calm this down.
But do remember, just because you obviously are not that comfortable with the gods does not mean I'm not your friend. And if you
Oh,
require,
I know.
if you require help and it was within my power to do so, I will try.
See, like, now he's taking the high road as well. Do you understand? Like, it's really hard to hate.
You know, funny, it's all, we're friends and I'll help you anyway. And just a few minutes ago, it was, you live by the grace of me.
Well, it did get very heated. It got very heated. Anyway, here's your whiskey, and I will be over there entertaining some other friends of mine. Okay, you have a lovely evening. Mwah.
Bye.
We're going to sit there in silence for a second, and then I'm going to look over at Clayton. Just go, so, didn't really work out how you wanted it to, did it? And then just start pissing myself laughing, and then we're going to start drinking. Come on, don't get stroppy about it. You took a swing at a god. It was never going to go well.
Yeah. Try avoiding that one. I don't think any of us want to get cursed.
I don't think you can get cursed twice.
Sometimes you need to look at much more powerful people than yourself and say, fuck you. Just to
Okay,
let
Clayton,
and not everyone.
sit down and drink.
Clayton, I'm all for overthrowing the system, but this time the system can smite your ass and kill you with a snap of their fingers, so maybe tread carefully.
Been there, done that, got the scars, honey.
Oh,
Sure.
Okay, what we'll do
And
now,
don't call me
while
honey.
the party goes through its usual evening drinking routine, we'll take a break. So smoke them if you got 'em, pee if you gotta, stretch out if you need to. Remy, I saw you getting uncomfortable.
yeah.
Especially because I don't
I've got
know,
part of death. I just
we've
need to set it up.
we've lost Christian for some time, and I'm hoping he's all okay.
He did say he'd be back,
Yeah,
so maybe it's just family stuff.
maybe. I'm sure he'll be back in a moment. Lots of just traveling and deciding what to do so far.
Oh.
So many options. And I'm just here killing moths that want to attack my screens. That's what I hate about this time of year. All the bugs. Too many bugs.
Happy
Yeah.
that we still have bugs. So there's that.
There's that.
Like, it gets really hot, so you open a window, but then you got the light on, which means everything just goes haven and jumps in.
Yeah, get the moth bin. I love lamp!
I have mosquito nets in all windows that I open in the evenings,
Oh, I wish
so
we had
that
that.
Oh, that's-
makes it a lot more easy.
That's a good shout. I might do that.
I've
So I've
thought
got the
about
netting
doing
that's
it,
meant
yeah.
to go around the bed.
I took mine down because I realised it just became spider heaven.
Yeah, not only does it stop them getting in, once they're in, it stops them getting out.
Yeah. Like, there was just spiders living all around my bed, and I was like, I can't sleep here. They'll get me.
Yeah. Before I didn't know you were there, now it's actively a cage of spiders. You're all just around me, and I can see you all.
Yeah, so I much prefer now. If I can see it crawling on the ceiling above my bed, I can get rid of it. It's fine.
Have you seen the news thing about the rat-sized spiders in the UK?
No.
There's spiders like the size of rats that have
Don't.
invaded the UK.
Fuck off, Remy. No. Fuck
Better
off.
than the one from Italy that are currently invading Germany. They're poisonous. When they bite you get itches and scratches, and it's very, very uncomfortable. And some people are allergic to them, just like being allergic to wasps. I actually really like spiders. I have a pet spider.
Do you?
Yeah. A really, really tiny one, about this size.
You say what you want, but I think they're all tasty.
Tasty.
Yes, we know that.
Flip it always in character.
But I don't like the invasive species that are currently discovering everything. A while ago, we got a package somewhere from East Asia, and it had a scorpion in it, and I really disliked that one. I don't want scorpions. I don't want poisonous spiders. I just want my teeny tiny little spider from Florida.
Christian, while you were gone, Clayton tried to fist fight God.
Yeah.
And it went
Did he
wrong.
win?
No.
No. He missed
No.
and fell over a chair.
Yeah.
But-
I did.
And Lana tried to stop him and rolled a net 1 on her dexterity roll, so she pretty much fell on her ass.
Yeah, she almost broke a wing, you know.
Okay.
And I robbed some students.
Yeah, I sent everybody on break for a second, so if you need to do anything, then you.
No, I just got
time.
back out trying to deal with some school issues.
No, you're all good. I take it yours are going back this week, or have done already.
They start school on Monday.
They start on Monday. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe Mr. Raz started back today, so I know it's all happening in that area.
I'm gonna go get myself something to drink. I'll be right back.
Worries. You're all good.
I'd like to bring up the fact that my gym journey is going very well.
Yes. Very good. I've kind of fallen off my wagon a bit, to be honest. I struggle in the summer holidays with time and stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm about maintaining. I'm not, like, ruining my progress. I'm just sort of stalled at the moment, but I'll get back on it. It'll be fine.
That's the thing. The way that the mentality I've had with it, especially with like mental health and stuff like that, is I'm not putting that much pressure on myself. I'm not doing this. Look, it has to be this, it has to be that. But
Yeah.
when I can, then cool. If I can't, then it's no big deal. Like, I'm not going to get depressed over the fact that, yeah.
No. And especially, like, I mean, this week as well, recovering from heat stroke on Sunday.
Yeah, that'll do it.
There's been some stuff like a massive carb cravings. last few days.
I'm just
Like, that's
hoping
the
my
hardest
shoulder
part.
feels
I'm trying to
well
cut
enough that I
out
can get
carbs.
back working out.
Say again, Wilkie.
Oh, I was saying, I'm just hoping pretty soon my shoulder feels good enough that I can get back to
Well, you
working
need to
out.
take it easy because you don't want to reopen that injury.
Yeah.
Wilkie, bless him, he's got a rotator cuff injury.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and
Technically, plus a slip disc and some other stuff.
Oh, yeah, and everything else that's going on. But the rotator
I've
cuff, you
been-
know, you were in so much pain with that. I'd hate to see you rip it again. So.
Yeah.
I've been lucky enough to to allow myself to get back to work, but if there are days where I push it and like the next 2 days I'm barely able to walk.
Yeah. Is the knee on its way then, or?
It's weird. I have a follow up with my surgeon on the 16th.
Mm-hmm.
Because it still gets swollen, and there'll still be points in time where I'm walking and all of a sudden it just won't support me and I'll fall.
Yeah.
The physical therapist graduated me from like the therapy and told me to go back to work after like 3 sessions
Oh.
because I had the flexibility in there, but I still can't do any strength training for like another month or so.
Makes sense.
So, but the swelling on it is getting a little bit concerning. So, because I would have figured that'd be like that. I figured that would have stopped by now.
I just see Clayton rolling dice repeatedly. from his doctor character sheet for some reason, but.
Well, when I give a normal roll, it just automatically.
Oh,
puts
it just
the doc-
defers you to the doctor immediately. I see. Okay. Are you trying to get better dice? Yeah.
Did we figure out a plan for what we're doing with these dragonborn?
So, I think what they thought about doing is they're gonna see if they can get some kind of riverboat down in Rayos. Because they're thinking of heading up the river with the dragonborn.
And we have a full day still to get down there to meet them, right?
Yeah. I mean, so when you wake up in the morning, it'll be day 5.
Okay.
Then you actually technically have... So you got whole of day 5, whole of day 6. They arrive on the morning of day 7. So you've got plenty of time.
We were thinking, at least on a boat, we limit what could go wrong. Like, one, if they are hesitant, it is very difficult to escape a boat.
Fair.
Things can only attack you from so far on a boat, whereas if we're wandering through wilderness and mountains and whatever else, then yeah.
But I don't think this dice color's any good.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well, the way I'm kind of looking at it is when Clayton rolls, he's fine. When the doctor rolls, it's shit.
I mean, that is true. That the doctor has
Let's
the
see.
Wheaton curse.
Here we go. Let's try this one more time. He does bad.
I forgot. Where do you change your dice?
You go
Dice.
in...
Oh, that was so funny. Oh. All right. Yeah, Clayton's fine. It doesn't matter. It's character building if he falls repeatedly on his fucking face instead of doing any of the things.
Gets murdered, and you know, Fontemvilla's just a bad town for Clayton. You know, falls on his face, gets murdered by rats.
I was murked, not murdered. Thank you very much.
I mean, murked, but I don't know if that's worse than murdered.
No death save necessary.
Are you making a cucumber sandwich?
Oh, that sounds so good.
Say again?
Make me one.
Chicken mayo cucumber.
Yeah, I'll have one, thanks. Yeah. Sandwich.
I've also found roasted garlic and pepper. It comes in a grinder, and I put it in every sandwich now. It's amazing.
What store did you see that in?
I think it was Aldi
Aldi?
or Lidl.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. I'm on my way. It's closed now, but... Yeah.
Like, I don't understand people that don't season their sandwiches.
Same.
Sandwiches.
What are you talking? You season everything. Food requires.
The
seasoning.
bread had salt in it!
Okay, you are too white.
I was going to say, that might be the whitest sentence I've heard.
Yeah, I don't know. I get spoiled because like my wife loves to bake, so she makes things on a daily basis. We had hamburgers yesterday, and she made the buns from scratch.
Ooh,
Yo.
So I get like spoiled with all like the fresh stuff.
He gets homemade hamburger buns.
She gets a hug every day.
Damn.
Yeah, that's right.
He could buy you a pillow that does that, you know.
I did.
Oh.
She's got Ronaldo. What's his
Hernando.
name?
I called him Hernando.
Hernando.
It's one of those
It's like
pillows that looks like a half a torso and an arm.
Yes.
Yeah.
I bought one.
He also bought me, do you know what? While we're on break waiting for the others, I'll go get it, okay? Because the other thing really has to be seen to be appreciated.
Oh my. What did you do and how, like,
It's long distance, man. You got to keep things magical, bro.
That's fair.
Does this
Basically,
gift run on an app?
I became real comfortable with all of her fantasies right off the bat and leaned into it. She got a celebrity crush. Guess who I'm cosplaying?
That is awesome.
This is what I never understand.
No, I resent you saying this is a fantasy because it's not. Okay.
No, he was saying that if you had a celebrity crush like as a
Will
fantasy, he cosplays.
It's the Levi from Attack on Titan.
Uh-huh.
Body pillow cover. And here's the sexy Levi.
The most militant of femboys.
Right? That is a perfect way to put him.
Although I don't have a cushion that fits inside it yet.
I'll buy you one. I'll look up the measurements again. The one I bought was supposed to fit, but it didn't.
But yeah, I got my boy Levi Ackerman, yeah. That's fine.
If anything, you can hang it on walls.
Pillow stuffing.
No, I want a pillow for him.
It'd be funny if you hung him in front of your bed so that when you're standing at the door, he's fully clothed, but when you're laying in bed, he's...
That's just sad. Okay.
Oh, fuck
All
yeah.
that work and what did it get me?
We have a Marie, yeah.
Hoi.
Hoi. And
Oh,
do I have a blippet or is he just hiding?
it's probably hiding.
Nothing better than a sandwich with a cup of tea. Swear to God.
Cup of tea at this hour. He'll be up all night.
ADHD.
Is all of your tea caffeinated?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Unless you buy
Really?
decaf tea, but you know.
But I think they put you in the Tower of London if you do that.
If you do that, yeah, you're in trouble.
If you look for decaf tea anywhere in England, it's usually on the lowest shelf, hidden somewhere, so you can't find it because it's something made by the devil.
I used to buy it from my daughter because she likes baby tea. So it's like tea with like lots of milk, okay, and sugar.
So, I don't know if you guys have this overseas or not, but when I was a kid, still to this date, one of my favorite meals, especially in the wintertime, is a coffee mug full of tomato soup and grilled cheese sandwiches.
Oh, tomato soup and grilled cheese is a classic.
I never used to do that. It used to be a bowl of tomato soup with grated cheese on top and then toast or bread to dip in it.
All right, fair. I mean, you got all the components
Yeah,
there.
which
Yeah. Deconstructed.
Just imagine if that toast had a layer of delicious melting cheese coming out of it.
Combining tomato soup with cheese is actually a concept I learned while in England. We don't do that here. We eat tomato soup with sour cream.
I mean, that
Italians
sounds
also-
lovely. Yeah, that.
I've heard Italians get very upset if you mix cheese into certain types of tomato soup.
The Italians
only
can go
some-
fuck themselves.
I'm like, you guys made spaghetti and pizza. You guys game over. Like,
Right.
The Italians
Made the win-
have red wine for breakfast. You can't really trust anything they say.
you're drunk, Italy. Go home.
I found Italians are the most gatekeeping people when it comes to food. Like they sit there and they're like, no, it has to be done like this. Fuck you. I enjoy it like this. This is how I want it.
I will say
Okay.
I don't enjoy Western carbonara with cream. I think that's disgusting.
No.
Italian carbonara or go home. Yeah.
I
How do
found
you
out
do carbonara for Italians?
Say again.
How do you do Italian carbonara?
You use egg,
no
Yeah.
cream.
no
Really?
cream.
Yeah, I
Um,
found that myself.
I do mine
Like,
with
depending on-
creme fraiche, egg, parmesan. You mix all those together, and that's what you put on at the very end, which is cooked by the pasta, by the hot
Yeah.
pasta.
Right.
Yeah.
Use creme fraiche.
I use
I
creme
was,
fraiche.
I was trained by an Italian chef, and it was the closest thing to purgatory ever.
even the creme fraiche is very debated in Italy. It depends on where in Italy you eat it. I usually eat the carbonara from North Italy, which is just the yellow of the egg, mixed with a tiny bit of oil, and charred to perfection pancetta, and all of that drizzled on top of the.
I'm lazy.
pasta.
I use bacon, so. I'm lazy and poor. I use bacon.
So there's a couple different variations then, because I was thinking
There is.
creme fraiche is literally fresh cream.
No, because like so very commonly in the UK, you'll see people make it with like double or single cream, which is disgusting. In my opinion, it's foul.
Creme fraiche is a very specific type of it actually goes through a fermentation process.
Yeah, they do something weird with creme fraiche. It's not literally fresh cream.
Not fresh cream.
It's not literally fresh cream because it's not like single or double cream.
No, it's fresh buttermilk and cream. That's what creme fraiche is, unless it's different in Europe. That's what it is.
Yeah. I was gonna say the same thing. I'm like, here it's like buttermilk and cream. Like it's.
Yeah, but before he didn't mention the buttermilk part.
Yeah.
I agree.
Imagine creme fraiche, but without the buttermilk, so you're just using the cream.
And in American vernacular, really, if you're using buttermilk in a sauce, technically you're using two types of cream.
But yeah, no, you will probably find in the States as well, especially, I reckon, probably like places like Olive Garden do it, where they'll use single or double cream in a carbonara, and it's like,
Oh, they're very creamy.
Yeah.
Most of them is, but it's because
there's a very interesting version here in Germany, actually, that uses milk and a form of cream cheese.
I mean, that sounds like it would work as well. That sounds like that would work.
It's pretty much just a cheese sauce.
Yeah.
We call it carbonara, but it's not real carbonara. And it's just a very good cheese sauce.
Yeah, it sounds like it would work still better than dumping double cream in a carbonara.
I still want to go to one of those restaurants where they just get a hot knife and just scrape the cheese off.
Oh my god, I see that, and it's like food porn. Yes.
Yeah.
Even though it's like $80 a plate too.
Anyway, we're supposed to be playing D&D.
My inner fat kid would be so happy.
Instead of making me hungry, okay? Seeing as we're all back and now starving, thanks to this conversation.
Right.
I'm good.
Alright, fuck off with your sandwich, okay?
I do formally invite all of you to come visit and eat Swiss raclette, because that is cheese on point.
I would absolutely die to move or to actually go and visit Germany. My ancestors are from Germany. That's where my last name comes from, Reutzel. Like, I would love to see Germany.
Yeah, but do you have a castle?
I do.
Because my surname is Marks, and my parents always bring me back Marksburg Castle. Fucking magnets.
Oh, I thought they were going completely different. Like,
no.
I've done my family lineage, and we have like, they're not fully standing castles, but there are castles that are like still erect in Poland that like my family has claim to.
Oh man, not very long. This shit keeps up over there.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know, the Ukrainians might decide Russia just ain't enough. They're having Poland too.
Wouldn't that be an underdog story? Like the Ukraine just end up taking the whole of Europe. We've had enough of your shit now. Watch, and then taking everything.
Marie, we're worried about you. Are the Ukrainians on the borders?
I promise you that
The Germans are sitting there going, "This is why we didn't let them go anywhere."
The Ukrainian people, as a general rule, tend to align very closely with German values.
They would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they wouldn't.
Yeah.
They might for the lols, like they appear to be doing just now with everything else.
I actually do a lot of refugee work, and the Ukrainians are the group that are most easily blending in at the moment.
Yeah, makes sense.
Most of them have just switched to completely working digitally and just keeping their old jobs, or starting to climb the corporate ladder here in Germany. Language was pretty easy for them. Most of them already spoke fluent English. The only issue we currently have is senior citizens from Ukraine.
Makes sense.
Because the young people are honestly too busy. They're already working full time, so they can't spend time with the senior citizens. So now we actually have an initiative for German seniors to learn Ukrainian to keep them entertained.
So that they can have a sense of community. That's cool.
That's kind of cool. Right. Anyway, enough world news and food news. Let's get back into the D&D. So, you guys have your evening of drinking. Is there anything else you wish to do in your evening on day 4 in the Hollow Avocado Inn?
I'd like to send a message to Secretary Avir. Is that what his name was? Secretary Lethos.
Lethos, yeah. Another message to Lethos. Are you just keeping him updated?
I am. Made it to Fontemvilla. Had a couple of drinks. Going to sleep after picking Clayton up from fighting a god.
Excellent. Okay.
That is an ominous message to get.
I thought about trying to stop you from sending any messages, but that message made it worth it. I wanted to fucking hear that message.
Stop texting our boss.
Yeah, bed is where I'm going. I imagine everything's closed. It's late night, right?
Yeah.
Because I am going to inform everybody in the party, guys, we do need to hit a tailoring shop on the way out.
Okay. So.
Tailoring shop?
I need some place that sells cloaks.
For what?
For people.
Didn't the light god tell us about somewhere in Raos?
What is your plan with the cloak?
I think it's a really good idea for us to be able to hide who we are when we need to, the old-fashioned way, which is why we're all going to pitch in and we're going to get a couple different sets, hopefully, that have different colors or looks to them. It's an old bling trick.
The god told us that we stand out a bit too much. So it would be in our best interest
Christian, while you were gone, a young couple did approach the group, having recognized you from your arena fight in Sedisvere, 5-6 days ago. You're kind of a big deal.
I'm about to make a name for myself.
And, especially with your exploits in Pandemonium, you become more well-known every day.
Right.
To Daisy.
I only asked because they have magical cloaks that might do what you're looking for. But they come from people of the pointy-eared variety, and you don't tend to like those people.
I don't like anyone, holy man. But
well, I like you.
We can't afford to buy everybody a magical cloak.
Oh, I'm sure that we could.
All right.
I would like to point out, I also do have pass without a trace.
So
if we manage to get a magical cloak, I might want to use that. Lana's gonna tap her wings. These are kind of hard to disguise.
I'm gonna stare at Flippit. I mean, I'm gonna stop staring at Flippit. All right. So anyway, Folks, morning. I don't care, magical, non-magical. Either way, we got to be hitting the road well before noon.
All right, then I'm going to use my last sending spell when the DM gets back.
I'm here. I just have to close
Okay.
the back door.
So I'm going to cast sending one more time. But this time to Wonderquill. We need 5 cloaks of elven kind to Rayos in 2 days. Build the crown. You can reply to this message.
Add enough so the protectees can disguise themselves as well. Just a thought.
Nah, we actually only need 5, really. Me and you can change our appearance. They can't.
Oh yeah, shit, we can do that, can't we?
You are currently looking like the one of the couple.
I love the idea of you saying that and me looking in a window and going, oh shit. Oh yeah.
You're really going. You can do that,
Myself
can't
so
we?
good, even I don't know who I am.
Okay.
Who's to
At
say
this
he was
time,
what I
Christian,
actually look like?
you won't hear a response right away. You might have one by morning.
Okay.
Quill might be sleeping.
That's perfectly fine.
I figured that guy was just
Also
constantly on
might
PCP.
Sometimes he sleeps. Okay, he has to recharge occasionally. Okay.
You can't just all day long.
Copyright.
I know people that used to go to raves and wouldn't sleep for days.
When I started this campaign with the first group, obviously we weren't on Twitch, so I literally played Darude's Sandstorm when they first met Quill. And I think I had some glow sticks and shit, and my fucking bird mask, and I was sat here going.
That's awesome.
But copyright infringement stopped me from doing this live. Maybe, well, I could do it live. I just couldn't put that bit in the VOD on YouTube, I think.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hit that. I was waiting, and I just stress twitched.
Hit what? What did you hit? Oh, long rest. I mean, can you also give me a Constitution saving throw?
Absolutely.
Is that all of us?
Nah, just Clayton.
No.
Okay.
Did you have?
See, you do roll well occasionally. However, that's not a good thing for you, is it?
No.
Do I need to tell you how bad these nightmares were?
No. Do I get a level of exhaustion?
You do.
I don't know how to put that on my sheet. Can you do that for me?
Do you want me to just play for you as well while we're at it?
No, you won't play it.
Alright, I'm going to talk you through it as I do it. You go in your character sheet. Underneath your, oh, you never took your level of exhaustion off from your poisoning. So, underneath your picture is some little circular dots on the left-hand side. We're going to highlight one of those to show you have 1 level of exhaustion. You see that? Do you see it? Yes, well done. Yes. Learn that every day is a school day. Why did you sound like Jimmy Carr then?
Not gonna lie, I thought those were for death saving throws.
Death saving throws only come up when you have no HP.
Yeah, I thought that's what those dots were for, though, because there was 3 on the left and 3 on the right.
I see.
Because they're not labeled, and we didn't grow up in the Minecraft generation.
I mean, just hover over it. It says exhaustion.
Yeah, I see that now. Thanks.
Okay,
Appreciate
Boomer. God.
Couldn't have.
Right. So yes, I am going to, in fact, message you privately about some dreams that you have. Talk amongst yourself for a second.
Are the rest of us resting?
The rest of us.
The rest of you are sleeping or doing whatever it is you need to do for a long rest. Yep. Any different spell preps you want to do? For my prepared spellcasters.
Good news, folks. We're almost at the southern tip of California.
Oh, battery warning. Ew.
You don't need to bring us if you don't want to.
Oh. My taking notes hasn't gone very well.
No.
Brother, welcome to D&D.
I've got like, I wrote that I can only use Booming Blade once every long rest. And then I've got 16 inches times 2 equals 32 inches.
You're writing down the important bits.
It's not an important. Okay. See, now the DM has now made that a significant fact, so that will come up in the story sometime later, I promise.
That's what I mean. We now have an inside joke. And trust me, there could have been a lot worse inside jokes about your penis. Like, at least it's a beneficial one.
I kind of now have to calculate how long Lana's arms are, just for comparison.
That is not necessary information.
Yes, it is.
Does that mean, technically, if Lana slapped somebody, you would have the same force power if you whipped it at them? Like, would her slap be equal to your dick slap? For damage.
Check your Facebook messages, Mr. R.
I am right now. Ow, what the fuck? All right, well, I'll be looking especially haunted this morning.
It's only a finger, it'll feel fine.
Okay, so the rest of you benefit fully from a long rest, so once you're done preparing spells or anything, make sure you go ahead and hit that long rest button, with the exception of I mean, Clayton, you can still hit long rest, but you have your level of exhaustion, so if that disappears, make sure you put it back on.
Will do.
Not that I think you've used any resources today anyway, but...
Well, I originally did long rest a long time ago and apologized for it, which is
fine. Everyone is long rested, so you'll come down. A wonderful breakfast is provided for you. Pietro keeps his distance this morning, knowing that, you know, despite the fact he's fond of you, he realizes most of you are not fond of him.
Lana slightly offended after actually trying to save him.
Oh no, he smiles at you. He smiles at you.
Okay.
But he knows the group.
Not her after that.
The majority of the group
really
is not a warm, friendly basket of kittens. You know, just.
That's because a god just stood by and watched us get our ass kicked and then told us how fucking delightfully entertaining it was.
I also love how you say basket of kittens while Tress is around. And she uses everyone as her personal basket.
Fucking this guy. Then he's going off. You live by the grace of us. This man was fucking. Oh, you got it. Yeah, I left it doing ball.
Okay, so what are we doing? This day 5 of your journey.
Well, I don't know about messages or anything like that, so I'm heading to a tailor shop.
You're heading to a tailor shop. Just want to get a grip of where everybody's going and what they're thinking of doing. I will say, Christian, a message comes in, however your message is a return. And it's a note from Wonderquill. And he says, "Hey, I've got one. I can meet you down in Reyos tomorrow. That's fine, but I've only got the one on stock right now."
Okay. That will do. Just build a crown. Otherwise, our captain won't be happy.
So, with that knowledge, you'll know that Wonderquill is going to try and find you in Rayos, probably tomorrow.
Yep.
You don't get a message back from Lethos, but you assume he's getting them and knows where you're going.
That kind of concerns me a little bit. How right is Clayton about him?
I don't know the man personally, which is why I'm so correct about him.
Fair. With having that message from Wonderquill, I'll probably... Well, with the town that we're in, I'll see if I can find a magic shop. I'll probably see if Lana would want to go with me.
You say magic shop, you automatically always have a companion.
Right.
Okay. So, as you'll head out, assumably initially together as you're looking for various stores and you find where the general shop centre of Fontemvilla is, you all spy a particular store, which could be the answer to what everyone needs. Above, some signage, emblazoned in a very fancy gold. Genlar Goldbreath's glorious gizmos.
All right. Who works here? Is this what? Ugh, I smell gnomes. Is this a gnome thing? This is gotta be a gnome thing. Does anybody speak Spanish?
Diddly diddly
Or
diddly
gnomish?
diddly 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 diddly.
This one.
So, for the record,
Hey.
D&D has started showing off some different like ethnicities that are spins on the cultural takes on various things like orcs and gnomes and dwarves, but they have like, because they typically have a very English medieval slant to their cultures, right? So they've started out different ones, and they literally showed this really badass one, which was like bandito orcs
Yes.
that lived in the desert and shit. I loved it. A lot of people
That would
trash
be
on it.
awesome.
Now it's just like, yes. I just think it's a cool idea.
Hmm. Okay.
Let's see
So we-
here. So are we going in this place then? Do we want to go see if they have all of the things?
I'm in.
Yeah,
Okay.
if we can get a one-stop shop and then we can just keep rolling.
Okay. You all enter the store, and despite its very elaborate frontage, you walk into something that is actually quite chaotic inside. It does appear that the shopkeeper isn't even in the main room, and there are stacks of shelves with various parts and pieces of things just casually falling off everywhere. And on the counter is what appears to be some kind of metal, mechanized, rusty monkey.
What in the shit?
I'm gonna poke it.
Oh.
Lana's gonna start digging around in the shop and say, "This is my vibe."
How big is the monkey?
The monkey, he's probably about 3 foot high.
Okay.
I'll poke it.
You poke it. It lets out a metallic, tinny monkey noise, which I will not attempt. And slaps your knife away that you're poking it with.
See what? Don't.
You saw that, right?
At which point, a elven gentleman who looks like this will come out from another room at the back of the one you're in. Come on to go. Don't touch the monkey.
How did you do this?
Pardon?
How did you do this?
Oh, it's quite simple, really. You just grab a bit of this, a bit of that, put it together. Monkey.
Just reach out and grab a bit of this and a bit of that. And...
Tinkering, not your skill, I take it. And he sees a sample of Malicious on you. Go, a holy man. Let's see, not much tinkering going on in the church, is there, young friend? Anyway, this is an unusual group of people. How can we assist you today?
We were just wondering if you might have one of your gadgets or gizmos here that could make 5 to 7 people look different than what they do. See what? Leave the monkey alone.
Siva is leaving the monkey alone, but now Lana is hovering above it, trying to inspect it, because she's always liked artificery.
I just want to know if it can see us.
Oh, yes, it do. Yes, the monkey can see you quite well. However, I will just warn you, and he points up at a sign, which is near the top of some shelves, and it's kind of grubby, again. It says, "Warning. Genlar Goldbreath Glorious Gizmos is not responsible for any injury by monkey."
See what? Get
Lana
the
nods.
hell away from the monkey.
Lana nods back up like an inch or two, but still keeps watching it with fascination. She is at a respectful distance, but she's not respectfully staring.
I'm now listening. I'm listening to what Clayton's saying now, but every now and then my eyes are just wandering to the monkey.
As you watch the monkey, what it appears to be doing is organizing various washers and bolts.
So it's enchanted, right? Is it intelligent?
Oh no, it's not intelligent at all, no.
Does it have... Does the monkey have a name?
It's just monkey.
Monkey.
Just monkey. Anyway, so yes, you want to look different, some kind of reality warp you can do here. Let me see.
What? Hold on. We're looking for something to change how we look.
What?
We just want to change how we look.
Okay. And especially we want to change it temporarily as a kind of disguise. Do wish to return to our current forms. Pretty please.
See, okay, well,
I like sparkly.
Definitely probably have some disguise kits on hand.
That would usually work, but myself and my friend here, she points to Blippet, don't really do well with disguises because some parts of us are a bit harder to disguise. And on that note, her wings leave a sparkly rainbow trail.
He goes behind his counter and he opens the book on his desk and starts having a flip through it. It appears to be his inventory, as clearly, by the state of this man's shop, he doesn't know what he has on the shelves. Okay.
Do you only have one monkey?
At the moment, I'm thinking of making more. You see my problem. I'm not particularly organized. Let's have a look.
Well, as long as the stuff you make is good, it doesn't really matter how organized you are. My dorm was a mess, but I still got good grades.
That's what we could do.
I'm going to look over at Blippet and be like, Blippet,
What?
handle this, please. I'm going to go outside and make sure we're not being followed.
Okay.
When did you turn into insecure, timid little thing? Go on, roar. Roar like a lion, Blippet.
Wow.
I'm still half drunk and like upset with the world. I'm going to take a step outside and kind of duck around the side of the building a little bit and just kind of chill there for the rest.
So, what Genlar will do first, before I come on to that. So I do have, let me have a look. Oh, I did fashion a ring. Yes, hold on a minute. Monkey! And he snaps his finger. He says, find me the disguise ring. And the monkey goes off and starts throwing more stuff and making more mess than it was tidying up, looking for this ring.
Oh, it can hear as well.
And then eventually pulls it out, bringing it to Genlar, who will show you a small silver ring. I'll say, yes, well, I fashioned this, and all we do, you see, is I put it on my finger, and I will turn it like so, and all of a sudden, he looks like a red-headed woman.
Hey.
That is convenient.
It's very good. It's, I spent some time working on this. Takes it off.
I think that is exactly what we need, right, guys?
I have one of these. I'll see if I have anything else, as I'm imagining... He looks at you all and says, I imagine the main issue is you with the wings and you with the red skin.
And we'll have two others that'll stand out as well.
Two others that will stand out. Okay. So I have a ring, and I have... I swear I made something else.
Do you have something for maybe the ones of us that don't have fingers?
They don't have fingers. Okay.
I feel like Blippet wearing a ring isn't going to go too well.
No, what I do have for the young grung, it's so unusual to see a grung around here. What I do have for the young grung is I have, hold on, as he flips through his books again. Nope. Fuck's sake. I swear I've lost a load of notes on this particular store, and it's really bugging me. I don't know what happened to them. It's pissing me off. Like, how does one just lose a bunch of notes?
Like this.
Believe me, I've lost plenty.
It's doing my nutting. So I'm having to make stuff up. So, God damn it. When I had some really well thought out stuff, and now it's just fucking gone. Yeah. Unless, oh wait, no. The notepad is bigger. Oh! I found a picture of Monkey! Monkey.
Yo!
It's adorable. I just realized I forgot about something. Tress would sit down in front of the monkey and just do a stare contest with the monkey. She would keep her distance, but she would stare at it. Her tail going swish, 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 swish.
So what you're telling us is it's Siwa's head, Tress's head, Monkey's head.
I forgot I had way more notes. I have way more to tell you about this store.
And
A
Lana is
three-way
stop
stare.
it.
Mexican
Poor
standoff.
monkey.
Okay, so, another thing that some of you, especially Blippet, will have noticed, is that the only thing that seems to be neat and tidy in this store is above the counter, on the ceiling, on a shelf, near the ceiling, very high up, is a very strange looking weapon. Or at least you think it's a weapon. That is perfectly polished, there's no dust on it. And it looks like this. And as he's saying, I really don't know what else I have other than the ring. Here, I'll let you peruse the rest of my stock list, and he will also let you look at his stock list. Just for ease, which also happens to have prices next to it.
Do you have a picture? Do you guys have a picture? I don't have a picture on my end.
Look in the voice
It's in the
chat.
chat.
This
In the
one.
chat.
Okay.
Obviously a little bit of a thing. As you read through his stock list, you realize that the thing you said, most of you who have a decent wisdom score realize that the interesting looking weapon is likely this ice knife hand cannon. And as you're looking through that, he shouts at Monkey, clean this mess up. And the monkey sets about picking up everything it just threw on the floor and casually throwing it back in several boxes on the shelves.
Lana is actually gonna do a double take at the last part of the list and ask, what exactly does the headband of intellect do?
Oh, yes, that was fashioned in order to, obviously, increase the wearer's intelligence. I'm kind of not allowed to sell it to students, though, because I had them coming in here for a while, and the dean got a little bit upset with me.
First of all, I was never a student of this particular university. I was at another one, and I graduated quite a while ago. I'm a fully fledged wizard. Thank you very much. No. I just am wondering if there is a version that looks a bit less like a headband and more like a tiara?
I could craft it for you.
Could you now? That would be lovely.
It would be ready in about something like that. The equipment and stuff, and to make it into a tiara, unless you happen to have anything on hand.
She literally picks up the the crystal tiara on the head she's wearing that has her focus crystal in it, and holds it out. Something like this, preferably with one of these basic crystals in it.
Okay.
This isn't something fancy. It's just what I
it'll
used
probably
to
take me a couple of
concentrate on that.
it'll probably take me a couple of weeks to make it.
I see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna order that from you. This sounds perfect.
Excellent. So, it'll be a 20 gold deposit, and then you pay the rest when you pick it up.
She just plops down the 50 gold then and there and says,
Oh, the whole 50 gold. Thank you very
Maybe-
much.
just
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Robe of useful items.
Say again, sorry.
What? The robe of useful items.
Mm-hmm.
What would the useful items be?
Hold on, let me just get this note down about the custom headband.
Yeah.
Intellect. 2 weeks. Turnaround.
she's also gonna plop down another 10 gold for and say, pick a beautiful crystal to put in there, please.
No, very good, very good. So I can put some nice crystals in any particular color.
She does a spin in her dress and say, blue!
Sapphire, then, perhaps, yes?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Sickeningly cute.
Excellent. Yes, I probably
If it
should have
isn't
mentioned the
obvious, then I
entire
have to
group,
think-
in case you didn't notice. Despite the fact the stock list is small, if you want something made, I'm sure we can talk about it and see what we can do. But it will, depending on what you want to take time. And depending on my skill, obviously, you know. I'm pretty good. There are others that are better, you know, over in other countries. Normally, I'm the best one in Talaria, I must say. But...
So
look,
the robe then.
the robe, yes, the robe of useful items, that one. That one I did not make. I bought that one in from Wrath. That one. Yeah, so So, hold on. It's better if I just show you. So he'll, Monkey, get the robe! And the monkey will run off and get the robe. And as he pulls it out, it is a robe covered in various cloth patches of various shapes and colors. And the robe has, you know, seems to have patches with a dagger on it, a bullseye lanterns, steel mirrors, 10-foot poles, hempen ropes, sacks, and a bunch of other patches.
Stout.
So hold on, let me find that. I'm trying to get the whole thing. And it's taking a second to load. And as the monkey hands the robe to Genlar, I'll say, so, observe, and he will pull off one of the patches with a bullseye lantern on it. In a sudden flash, the patch becomes a bullseye lantern, which Genlar is suddenly holding.
So,
So basically, what I'm saying is, you see the pictures on the patches, you pull off the patch, it becomes the item.
Okay.
Can you tell me about the ice knife?
Oh. So you see him do a quick gesture to the monkey up to the cannon. who, this time, instead of being quite violent in its movements, carefully grabs the cannon and hands it to Kenlar. He says, this was a labor of love. I need the notes again. Where are they? There they are.
Am I the only one slightly worried about the holy man with the hand cannon?
I think that's exactly what we need to be worried about.
A lot of the mages in this town, they feel familiar with the spell Ice Knife. Well, what I did is I infused that into a firearm. Which, I know, looking at you all, some of you confused, having never seen a firearm before. Some of you, particularly Clayton. Be like, no, it's a kind of projectile throwing weapon, a firearm, for those of you who don't know. You fire this, and it would have the same effect as Ice Knife. 7 times per day. Can melt down if you are unlucky. There is a slight flaw, but only like a 1 in 20 chance that would happen.
I'll take it.
Oh, very well, very well. Well, you must come back and tell me how it performs.
I saw a moment on everyone's face when you said 1 in 20 and everyone went, ah. Yeah, cool.
We will be coming back for my new tiara, so we will tell you how it went then.
I'm just going to post this flavor in the chat for you to read, Christian, but I will add the actual weapon to your sheet.
No, add it to Siwa's.
Add it to Siwa's? Oh, you got
To
a gun, Siwa!
He needs I think he has the highest for the dex to be able to use it.
This is the nicest thing anyone's ever done for me.
One last thing, just a personal curiosity, as you will. What is a drift globe?
A drift globe? Well, I am...
Portable daylight.
Exactly. See, the young cleric, he knows. So what we do is he'll just snap his fingers all of a sudden, and out of a box in the corner of the room somewhere, this globe will lift up. And it's illuminated with a lot of light.
As someone
The other group just got one. They love it. Drift globe. So what it does is you can speak a command word and cause it to emanate the light or daylight spell. And it will also, it will follow you, or you can have it move. As long as it's within 60 feet of you, it's active.
And your wand of healing?
Wand of healing, yes. I thought I knew you guys. I knew you guys would like this stuff.
I'll take that too, and we can add that to Blippett's character.
Can I pay for the wand of healing?
No.
Why?
So
I feel that'd be better used in Blippet.
Blippet.
We're all just buying each other gifts.
Everyone is buying gifts, and Lana is buying a new tiara.
And then I just need to know a little bit more about how your pistols work.
Yes. Yes, you do.
So, I'm just going to make a note of this because I'm having an issue. So, Blippet gets the wand of healing.
Bless you.
Siwa has the hand cannon. And you were questions about pistols, my good friend.
Yes.
How have you ever done any training with firearms?
No, but I have a friend that might be right up his alley.
Because I will say, firearms in the untrained hands, they won't work particularly well. One requires a certain degree of proficiency.
I don't know if he has that. And he seems to have just stepped away.
Indeed, and we will cut to Clayton outside, who I forgot was outside. My apologies. Clayton, you are outside.
Yes.
Make a perception check. I won't keep you too much longer, Lana. I know you probably have work tomorrow.
And I actually have to go to work tomorrow because we have a new candidate for the open position in my team.
I see.
So I have to wake up at 6.
Okay. Clayton, standing outside looking around, you see across the way, coming out of a general goods store,
If you press and hold on my
you see
person,
Kira
you
Nightdew.
or my video. Somehow you got it turned on. There you go.
She Kira Knight. Is that what she said?
She's the paladin that you fought in the arena.
That's what I thought.
So if you press and hold on my video,
Why the fuck is she here? Do I see the others that were with her?
You don't see them right now, no.
Oh, that's
Yes.
ominous.
You just
I am. Does it look like she's seen me?
not right now, no.
I'm gonna duck back into the shop
Okay.
as quickly and as stealthily as I can.
Where you see, Siwa is familiarizing herself with a very interesting looking hand cannon. Siwa, I will say, to touch, the hand cannon is cold. It feels icy. But you walk in with Christian and Genlar having a discussion about firearms and being proficient with them.
Whoa. Firearms. Cannons. You mean cannons?
You're muted, Christian.
No, like small cannons. You know, they fit in your hand.
What? You don't want to hold a cannon, man.
Have you ever used a cannon before?
Yourself.
Yeah, I've used lots of cannons.
Would you consider your
castle walls?
Would you consider yourself proficient with cannons?
No, I'm not a cannoneer by any means. I ordered less fortunate individuals to fire the cannons because they sometimes explode.
All right. Well, for all intents and purposes, if you were to have one,
I don't think I have the proficiency. Do I have a qualified proficiency?
Are you proficient with firearms?
No, I'm definitely not proficient with firearms. I just don't know if something through fighter allows me to be proficient with this weapon or not. Let's see.
I don't think
obviously,
unless you
right.
take any kind of feat later.
Is it considered a simple or a martial weapon?
No, it's a firearm.
No. And I'm also, so I'm from a place where it's unheard of. We don't have anything close to this modern. So to me, I'm immediately, Clayton is like, no, I'm not holding that thing. You're out of your mind.
all right. Then the only other thing that I think that we need for right now is your fortress.
The fortress?
Yeah, we'll take the instant fortress.
Instant fortress it is, and here... Monkey! The monkey retrieves your instant fortress.
By the way, we may or may not be being followed by that paladin.
Which paladin?
Kira Nightwing or whatever.
Why would she be following us?
I don't know, but she's outside.
Maybe she's trying to steal the job off us, but she didn't get it, so why would she?
Isn't that your friend, Kristen? Is she coming to see you?
It's possible.
I can find out.
You might want to go have a chat with her.
I will, and then I'll pull out my alms box and I'll take out 2,000 gold and I'll put it on the counter.
Okay.
Whoa. I'm not sure we should alert her to our knowledge of her presence, just in the off case that maybe she's looking for us and hasn't found us yet.
We could send Siwa after her.
If we send Siwa after her, you okay with never seeing your friend again?
Depends on why she's following us.
Completely reconnaissance.
Yeah, like you can adjust how you look and then figure out where she's staying and we can go from there.
Well, we could just see, what we could do is have Siwa hold back and see if we're being tailed by tailing the tail, so to speak.
I really don't think that anybody from the temple would be out to harm us. They did save your life.
Just one more thing before we decide what we're doing here. Should we grab some extra, just regular cloaks?
Yeah,
He doesn't have them on his list.
No, that's why I'm going to a tailor shop after this.
I will say, and again, I will interject, is that if you're looking for cloaks, I imagine the general store across the square will have just general cloaks in there.
Okay, I have one last question. One last question. Can I get a monkey?
I don't think you could afford a monkey, my dear. Not to mention, the monkey only works if I'm stood next to it, and I don't plan on going adventuring anytime soon, so...
Why not, Chief? The money's good.
What about something small that flies?
Would you like to buy a drift globe?
Like I want like a little dragonfly or some shit that I can use as a CCTV camera. Wait, never mind. You don't know what that is.
Again, these constructs, they're very much reliant. They need to be bonded with the person who builds them normally.
Okay.
Or somebody with a certain degree of arcane skill, perhaps, is required. And,
Okay.
I see the way you move, and I don't see much arcane going on there, you know?
I could be arcane. You don't know.
No, he's right.
Okay.
I mean, these two, or possibly these three, I could probably do something for one of these three, but,
You walk like a hitman.
That's mainly because of the giant hand cannon I'm holding.
C was really, like, petite and dainty. Where's she storing that? My god.
Not everything about me is small and dainty.
Big hand cannon.
All right, so
At
we'll
the
have...
comment that give me a sec. At the comment of him saying that he could do it for the three arcane-looking people, Lana says, "Usually I'd be happy if a handsome man said they could do something for me, but Tress would rip it apart midair, so I'm gonna have to say this is a bad idea on my end."
Understandable. Although I could make you a new Tress entirely out of mechanical parts, but you know.
Might be too
Mecha
much for that.
Mecha Tress.
Yeah, like getting mech armor.
But yes, okay, so your plan is to what now? What you doing?
We're gonna go to the tailor store. I'm gonna suggest that Siwa stay behind a few minutes and then slowly slink out behind us and see if anybody's following or observing us. I also think that we should do this all the way out of town.
Okay.
I think we should do
You're not
that
gonna
from
notice
here
that
on
I'm
out
looking
after what happened with the gentleman in Fontemvilla
Yep.
with Gratis.
Agreed.
And with that, we'll end the session. We'll pick that up next time.
So, Clayton, I wanted to put the fortress with you.
Okay.
So Clayton gets the fortress. Sort that out.
So does that like literally mean you click your fingers and there is a fortress around us?
It's literally like a 1-inch cube that he speaks a command word to, and it grows to a 20-foot wide by 30-foot high fortress that only opens to his command. Knock can't open it. Chime of opening can't open it. Nobody can get inside while we're in it.
You have a safe place to be, essentially.
You know what's really cool about that though? If I use pass without a trace, that's a 30-foot coverage, which means we could use the fortress and I could make it invisible.
Pass without trace
not how
doesn't
pass without trace
necessarily
works.
make things invisible. What it does is it adds a plus
Oh.
10 dexterity bonus to everybody
Oh,
within
crap.
30 feet of you.
Right. Oh yeah.
That'd be a really cool idea, though. You know, we could, you know,
It would be cool.
try some way. Of, yeah.
You get there is a spell that can fucking major illusion or some shit. An illusionary spell that can make the fortress invisible.
I see you have invisibility and greater invisibility
Yeah.
that
That
you
works
can
on
do.
creatures, though, right?
Good thing that one of Lana's specialties is illusions, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna go to bed now.
Okay. Thank you very much, Lana. We will catch you in
Good
2
night.
weeks' time.
Just for the information, Lana's actually gonna stay behind a bit longer. I'm gonna send you a message what she does.
Okay.
But I'm passing out.
No worries.
No.
See, Lana talking about passing out is making me yawn. And just
Right.
It's late for you too.
It's late for Rem de la Creme and myself. Yes. It is 11:15, but that was very enjoyable, folks.
Yes.
Moved further along the road. We're no longer in Pandemonium, you know, wrecking the place, killing tattoo artists or threatening to. Now we're just
If anyone's interested, I've named my hand cannon.
Have you called
It's
it
gonna be
Vera?
Ringa Guru.
What have you
It's
called
gonna
it?
be what?
Guru. Ringa Guru, which is Elvish for cold death.
Death. Cold death.
Nice.
That's-
Anyway, chat, thank you so much for being with us again. We have missed a couple of episodes on YouTube, and some of them we may not be able to recover, so there will be a skip. However, my editor-in-chief assures me that he will get the next ones up in good time, and you'll be able to just jump right back on. If we need to, we can make a quick, insert of last time on Wisdom Not Included, and just sum up. We can do that. That's fine, but catch us over there and on all our other socials, etc. Links all in my channel's page. And we will see you on Monday with the OG group for a big lore dump, which I must ask my today's players who aren't in that group to stay away on Monday, because there is a huge lore dump coming that will spoil the campaign for you if you attend. Which is why I've not run Monday's group in so long, because I wanted the whole group together so I could give them this lore dump.
That's fair.
Okay, but thank you very much, everyone, and we will catch you next week.